Hello, everybody. Welcome to TechRaptor. We're here to chat about the Game Awards. It's a big, big night in gaming. We just finished watching it. It is truly crazy. I think we're all still a little bit swept by how it
Rattled.
ends. If you have seen it, you know what we're talking about.
I
I
can't
am Robert.
believe Reggie shot Doug Bowser. It's
Yep,
crazy.
indeed. I am Robert Scarpanito, your features
There's a
editor.
murder in the audience.
And Ed
Mhm,
Rotten, editor in chief, witness to Reggie's crime.
mm.
Rutledge Doggett, site founder.
Andrew Srich, social media editor.
Christian Buckley, social lead.
What?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
We
There's
have
an
an
imposter
imposter.
here.
Imposter. I'm gonna hit the
Someone's
button.
sus. Someone's sus.
Someone's a murderer.
You do have like the goatee of the villain. You know, they always have those.
Muggus.
You are.
True. Okay, so the Game Awards just finished. We are hot off the presses. I think let's go through some of the big announcements that stood out to us. We're not here to really litigate the awards themselves. They are what they are. They went to the people they went to. Congratulations to them, and we are happy for them and support them. Except Stray. Let's go around. Let's go around. Table. Maybe let's start
No,
with
no,
Otten.
no. We're not here to support or decry, but you're gonna
Okay.
dismiss Stray.
We're celebrating all games
We are
except
celebrating
this
all
one that Robert
fine.
feels the need to be shitty about.
just a little bit. We are a lot of us on the panel are also a little bit buzzed because we played a drinking game, which you can catch on our YouTube channel of
True.
the Game
I'm
Awards.
not buzzed at all.
Wow. Okay, 9 White Claws. Otten, can you kick us off? What was the big announcement for you that you are happy that you saw?
Well, like I think the thing I was most excited to see more about was Jedi Survivor.
Mm,
It's definitely was it even one of the ones nominated for like most anticipated? I don't think it was.
No,
It
it wasn't
was
even
not.
on the
It
list.
isn't even list. That's my
It was
most
just there,
anticipated
yeah.
game. Cal's all grizzled now. He's seen some shit because I think this takes place like 5 years after the events of the first game or something like that.
He had
Um,
already seen some shit.
Yeah,
hadn't he?
I mean he's already been through a lot of shit. He had to run for his
He's
fucking life from
grizzled.
Darth Vader. Yeah.
Yes.
Very excited to see whatever the fuck Death Stranding 2 is going to be. I'm not even going to attempt to guess. I don't know.
No.
Nobody knows.
Mm.
Anybody who says they know is a fucking liar.
Yeah.
who
Even
knows?
Hideo Kojima
Mhm.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
Famously,
He's still figuring it out.
famously, Mads Mikkelsen was still like, I was in it. I don't know what Death Stranding is.
And
Yeah.
just the fact that he walked out on stage and he said, I rewrote the entire thing after the pandemic happened. That's ridiculous. So like
That
maybe he
just
doesn't even
happened,
know.
man.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a year or two ago. Like
We're kind of still in it.
Well, no.
technically.
The pandemic is still happening. People
Yeah.
are just ignoring it.
Yes.
Yes. It started more than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know.
that's a.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. But Death Stranding 2, that is going to be very wild. I agree.
I like to see Geralt's in it, played by Norman Reedus this time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the next trailer at the Game Awards 2023. I'm very excited to see what kind of wildness Kojima's gonna create
When
for us.
when it's announced for 2026.
For the PlayStation 6, you're right, yes.
Yeah.
Rut, what was your big takeaway from the Game
I
Awards?
mean, the big jaw dropper for me was seeing Armored Core again. That's something we have not seen a mainline game for a very long time. And that was also the first PS1 game I ever played. So definitely hits me right in the
Armored Core
feels-
sounds like a pretty crappy franchise then.
From the famous Elden Ring developers, From Software.
I mean, Rut likes it, so he doesn't like Elden Ring, remember? So it's kind of like if you do the opposite of Rut, you're in a good spot. If you like something, don't fucking play it. If he doesn't like something, you should definitely play it.
It does look neat. I will give you that.
does.
I've never played any of them, so I have no
They're
reference.
just good ass mech fighting games. That kind of mech fighting, I think, is probably for me like it's very different than what you're getting from the Gundam fighting games and some of the others. A little bit more to it.
Is it the Dark Souls of Gundam games?
We'll find out.
We will find out in
Who knows now?
2023.
From Software is a whole different company.
Mhm.
really
Exactly.
are.
Yeah.
So I'm real excited for this one.
They've had like generations to shift at this point, really.
Armored Core
Yeah.
5, I just looked, came out in 2013.
Mhm.
So
9 years.
That was
Or
a
2012.
year
And next
before the Xbox One, right?
Think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live my life by Microsoft landmarks like you.
Well, Stretch, what was your landmark moment then from the Game Awards today?
So, I mean, also as a big PlayStation 1 fan, I was
Of course.
definitely excited to see Crash Bandicoot descend from the top of the stage. But in my current, eh, I was really excited to see Earthblade from the Celeste
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
developers.
Yeah.
that looks
That
fucking
looked like
cool.
a weird mix of like the precision platforming that you're used to, but with some Metroidvania combat-esque. And also, I could not avert my eyes as the cast for crime boss Roque City showed up.
That was
Because
pretty great.
that I think it may have been a fever dream, but
And Chuck Norris.
was
In
yeah,
2022.
and Chuck yeah, it was stellar.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
It's going to be a
Uh,
bad GTA clone. Let's be honest.
well, we'll see.
Well,
We'll
it's
see.
We'll
okay.
see. It has Chuck Norris, so
See.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Have you
Mm.
looked up what Chuck Norris has been saying lately? Maybe you wouldn't be
That's
so happy
fair.
about him.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Well, maybe we'll bring it up later too.
It gave
Christian.
me big Metal Wolf Chaos vibes.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's a bad game, but
Yeah,
I'll
but
play
you know,
it. I'll
it
play
hits a
it.
certain vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Christian, any hot highlights from the Game Awards for you?
I'll co-sign everything so far, including what I think you're gonna bring up after me. I am wearing a Death Stranding shirt or a Kojima shirt right now, so that was great. But
Of course. So you hated Death Stranding, right?
yes, of course.
Of course. Okay.
But the thing that really surprised me and made me very excited, I think this might have been a pre-show announcement, but Hades 2,
Oh, true.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hades 2 was pretty
that
fucking
was
cool.
incredible. Like I noticed the music instantly because I like Darren Korv's music outside of Hades, but just the specific like melody of Hades was instant for me. And then seeing the same sort of like 2D animated art cutscene that Hades had, and just seeing that it's a full blown sequel with like a new gods from the pantheon continuing to build on what Hades did, and then going the free or not free to play, but the early access model again.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Hades made me like roguelikes, so I'm super down for
Mhm.
this one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Hades 2 is like, I think that was surprising because while we were watching it, we were like, oh, is this like an expansion or a
Yeah.
big update of some kind? But no, this is like a full ass
Yeah.
brand
I
new
think it's the
game.
first time Supergiant's done a sequel.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
never done a Bastion 2, Pyre 2, the other one too, Transistor 2,
Mhm.
that one.
How
They've never
dare
done
you?
that.
And Sister's got some of the best music by Corb.
It does. You're right. No, you had me half right there. I was gonna bring up Hades 2 because Hades was easily one of my favorite games. I think what makes me the most sad about Hades 2 is Hades 1 when that came out. That was like, okay, I knew about it, but I didn't care enough where I'm like, I need to be in day one early access.
Yeah.
Right. And then it wasn't until when it
Yeah.
came back around, it's like 1.0, and I was like, oh yeah, this thing, let's check it out, right? Because everyone was like, oh, this is so good. Now I'm like, oh fuck, I want to play Hades 2, but I don't know if I want to play it early
Yeah,
access.
that's a good point. But,
Yeah, so
I'm in the
that's gonna
same
be the
boat.
hard one.
mhm.
Yeah,
Because I think
but
the turnaround for Hades 1 was like what, like a year? I think it launched 1.0 after a year of early access because it was announced
Maybe
at
you're
the
a
Game
little
Awards.
longer than that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I remember it was
Yeah.
also wrapped up in the whole. It was an Epic Game Store
Yeah, I
exclusive
remember that.
forever. That was
oh
part
yeah,
of
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
that made people
So it
angry,
didn't get as much. People didn't talk about it as much until it came out.
right? But yeah, Hades
I
2
mean,
is
if it's
easily
free
on
publicity,
my list. Yeah,
people will throw it on Epic Games again.
they might.
Yeah.
The other games I wanted to bring up was Baldur's Gate 3. Similar vibe, right?
Mhm.
Of like early access. It's right now. You can play it, you can buy it right now and play it right now.
Yep.
But it's like, do you want to play it right now? Or do you want to wait till 1.0? And I'm glad we got a 1.0 window of August 23. That is good to know, right?
Mhm.
So I'm hoping they do hit that mark. It'd be so great to play Baldur's
So
Gate
I-
3 with all of Larian's good shit. But the
Yep.
thing I'm most excited for easily is Final Fantasy 16. with that June release date, we found out that looks so good. And I know there's some people here on this call who are like, looks mid.
Here
It's
for it.
I mean it's gonna be very interesting. If Square Enix has really hit a weird point. I don't know how else to describe it, but an overproduced nature.
How
But
how
we're gonna
fucking
come
dare
off
you? That's the one good thing.
we're gonna come off a Crisis Core remake in December to a Final Fantasy 16 in June to a Final Fantasy 7
Remake 2,
sequel. Yeah, remake 2,
Rebirth.
Rebirth, that's it. In like December-ish. There's just it's a lot of Final Fantasy.
It is.
What's the problem?
This
I'm
Yeah.
this
waiting
trailer
for the
did tilt me more towards it. I will say, getting to see more of like what gameplay will be away from just kind of main characters monologuing for a bit. Um, so I'm interested to see what more we see. But yeah, where it falls between 15 or like 10 or 10-2, who knows?
See,
that's
for me,
that's
it's
an interesting one to go back to as 10.
and 10 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's not even the story. The story looks like hot dookie. For me, it's the gameplay. The gameplay, the combat looks straight up like Devil May Cry, and that's what I'm fucking here for. I mean, if you go back to
no,
our
no. Combat looks like Ashura's Wrath.
no, God,
No.
no, buddy.
Maybe for the boss
I
fights, I'll give you that.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
but for
yeah.
like
Like the escalation of we saw two Ifrits fighting each other. If
yeah,
that is
but
not Ashura's Wrath, I don't know what
That seems to
is.
be
yeah, but
special circumstance. They've shown that a
Yeah.
few trailers now, where
yeah,
it's like fucking
and
kaiju battles.
Yeah, well, like when you're
and it
fighting
looks like you
Titan.
have
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like you have good agency over your character. It's not like a Asura's Wrath where you press X at the right time, right? Like it looks like you have actual control over a lot of the actions. That is what excites me the most, right? The story I could not give two shits about. I already don't care about like medieval stuff, and this is going into medieval fantasy, which I'm like,
Mhm.
whatever. And it just seems very, Square Enix using the big like fantasy words and the very like aspirational, like floaty, effervescent, meaningless garbage words that don't matter. So I am not really into it for the story. I am just here to see the gameplay kind of play out and get flashy and crazy and wild and insane. And the music is probably going to be pretty rad too. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
Yeah, same. Like I think the medieval stuff's like, the story stuff, I don't care. I think Final Fantasy 15 that was the weakest part. I hope they don't like be like, oh, that really great open world we made for 15. We're building on that. Like the design philosophy is like, oh my god, that was by far the worst part of that fucking stupid game.
Yeah. Well, they have said that they're not doing open world for this, right? So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
They
Thank
said it's
God.
relatively
Final Fantasy
linear, I think.
15's
Mhm.
open world was hot
Nice.
garbage.
Yeah.
but you get to drive an Audi.
You do.
I don't care. You get to drive
just-
around a werewolf and a criminal.
I think
Anyway,
it's also worth
There are
us bringing up.
Australians in Final Fantasy 15.
Well, if you've looked at the map of
There
Final
isn't
Fantasy
Suicide
15, it is
Squad.
very Australian. It is
Yeah.
very desert and
They got a
sunny for a
port.
lot of areas.
They got
Yeah.
a port with some
Yeah,
weird architecture on it.
only Australia's got ports.
Yeah.
Yes, only Australia. Everywhere
Only
else, people
Australia.
fly into it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, seabound travel, not here.
Planes,
Well-
what are those?
Well known for their navy, the Australians.
I think there's also the elephant in the room, the thing that shook us at the end of the awards when Elden Ring won the award. I mean, this is just something I think there's no way we can't. There's no way we can talk about Game
our
of Awards.
Will Smith
2022.
moment.
Yeah, it is the Will Smith slap moment of the Game Awards, where just some kid social hacks his way up to the stage behind Miyazaki, who accepted the Elden Ring Game of the Year award, and then says something about Bill Clinton at the end of the show before security escorts him off the stage, and then he gets arrested. Like, and this is still a developing story by the time we're recording this, but it is
Yep.
crazy to have witnessed this. But yeah, it's definitely it to me is crazy that this could have happened.
That's pretty
You
crazy.
know, I feel like this would never have happened at the Oscars or the
I
Grammys.
don't know.
Like,
I'm not so sure about that because like the Oscars sometimes too, like there's a bunch of people that just fucking walk on stage. I don't know who 12 of those people are. I recognize Brad Pitt or whatever the hell, but who the fuck are these other guys?
well,
I
the
don't know.
question I have is how did the kid get into the auditorium in the
That's
first
the
place?
biggest question is how
Right,
did they
that's the
get in the
biggest question,
audience? Yeah,
right?
because getting
That
up on
is
stage is kind of the easiest part to me.
yes.
You
Once
have
you're
to be
in there,
invited, right?
I think you can just
Yeah.
buy a ticket as
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
can you?
buy
public.
tickets.
Yeah.
That's
Like
probably how he
it
got
would have been
in. Played it
expensive
all.
to get them, but
Yeah.
you could just
Yeah.
buy tickets.
yeah,
Huh.
which is crazy. Because I mean, I feel like the weirdest thing or the worst thing I remember hearing from the Oscars was that one year where they said the wrong name. Like I think they said
Idina
the wrong name
Menzel.
for the
La La Land instead
La-
of
yeah, and
Yeah.
Oh
some
yeah.
Moonlight.
yeah. Where that was just like a misread of the misunderstanding of like
Yeah.
the envelope. That wasn't
And then
like
goes, yeah.
some 15-year-old edgelord who goes on stage behind you to say something weird.
I mean,
It still, in terms of the Game Awards and the legitimacy of video games as a medium having an award platform, this has been the greatest show that they have put out.
I would
The-
agree. Al
Yeah, me
Pacino
too.
walking
Lot
on stage to
a
start
lot
is fucking
less
wild.
fluff.
Yeah.
that Al Pacino headed out and just chatted and then had to hang there in the wings
Standing
as
there the whole
Christopher
time.
Judge talked.
It's so good.
Please
wrap it
wrap
up.
up. Please
Do
wrap
we
up.
know
You know,
how
running through
long?
his head was like, what is going on?
I was looking at the clock. It was like at least 6-7 minutes for a speech, which is like pretty long
Yeah.
for an
Yeah,
acceptance.
it must have been
Speedrun
longer than
shorter
that.
than that.
Yeah, people
Like,
beat
I-
Ocarina of Time
yeah.
faster.
I personally can beat Link to the Past shorter than that.
Yeah. Wow. Stretch practitioner of the Link to the Past.
What a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm an editor of a video game website. Fuck you, editor in
Yeah.
chief.
Shit, so am I.
No, he doesn't play video games though, Stretch.
I don't play
He's
games.
just
No,
Yeah.
that's it. No, that's
He's just here
that's
for the
fine.
words.
We'll have the Christopher Judge talk up on like one side of the screen and
Yeah.
me beating Link to the Past in another side of the screen, and we'll release
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
That
That
would
should be
actually
the
be
new
kinda funny.
measurement. That should be the new measurement for GDQ. Is how many Christopher Judge speeches can you beat your game in? You know, like 2.3 speeches, 2.4.
Yeah. These are like going to be like
0.75 speeches.
the politics. They had the mooches. How many mooches
Yeah.
someone
How
lasted?
many mooches can you last?
That's
Yeah.
what we-
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I think that brings our quick little recap of the Game of the Year awards, the Game Awards, to a close. We hope you got something out of this. We hope you're excited about some of the announcements like we are, because there's some pretty cool things
Good
in store
stuff.
for us in 2023 and 2024. I think Earthblade was 2024.
I think
So, you know,
Yeah.
keep your eyes perked
Earthblade was
on
one
the
of the-
year ahead.
I think
Yeah.
it was the only 2024.
Yeah. And I think we can say for, I don't want to go out on a limb here, but I think Death Stranding 2 is not coming out next year. Just guessing.
I don't think it's coming out in our lifetimes.
Yes, it is.
He got the
A
first
cult
one out
bold statement.
fast. That was 3
Yeah.
He
years.
did.
I need closure on
I'm
Conan
guessing
O'Brien's character.
2024.
Yeah, I think so
No.
too. That's a good bet.
Here's the bet. Do we think Jeff Keighley makes a return? Is Jeff in
Of
the game?
course he
Yes,
does.
of
Of
course.
course.
I think
Yeah.
so. 100
Guaranteed.
Absolutely not even a question. I was a
Not even a
stupid fool to
question.
ask that question.
Yeah, if you're friends with Kojima, you end up in his.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
It's just the
Conan
rule.
again. Come
Yeah.
on, Conan.
Conan O'Brien, star of Death Stranding 2.
That's how I know him.
This has been TechRaptor. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We hope you got something out of this video, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.